Christine De Leon, why should people listen to our conversation? Ano kaya yung matututunan nila?
I guess for today, ang matutunan nila is really building that character. Especially when you are on your 30s. Yes, binurga na yung age.
Trentahin.
It's really that character, yung growth change. And of course, how to persevere in a career na feeling mo ang layo pa abutin.
So, nag-aaral ka na ng CPL, pagiging piloto sa Pinas before.
Yes, correct.
Tinuloy mo lang siya dito.
Yes.
Bakit? Bakit ka nag-migrate from Pilipinas, studying pagiging piloto, to Australia?
Sa Philippines kasi, meron na akong commercial pilot license. So, for me to be able to study, for me to be able to work here in Australia, kailangan ko ng Australian license ng CPL. So, for me to do it, kailangan ko i-convert yung Philippine commercial pilot license ko to an Australian pilot license. And for me to do that, I have to take some theory tests and mga flight tests. Bakit ako napunta dito and nag-convert? Well, na-in love. Pero aside from that, it's really more on nakikita ko talaga yung future ko with my husband. And yung husband ko kasi, he was given that opportunity to be able to work abroad. And even during the pandemic days when we were still boyfriend-girlfriend, napag-usapan na namin na we also wanted to live abroad. And because I also saw it with my sister who's living now in Canada. So that part, we wanted to live abroad na kaming dalawa. And for me to be able to do that, syempre, kailangan ko sumama with my husband because he is already my family. So, ang weird naman na asawa kami and then he's gonna go here, tas kukunin niya ako. And gusto ko lang to explore life with my husband, come here, and then do what I had to do. And he was very supportive of it.
Ano yung big difference ng CPL sa Pilipinas compared to Australia?
I think it's still the same in a sense na you need a CPL or commercial pilot license to be able to fly big planes. But at the same time, it's really, I think, more on the training. Yung training ko kasi sa Philippines, it's different to my training here in Australia. And I guess for me, a lot of people say that the training here in Australia, it's one of the highest standards in aviation, which nakikita ko ngayon. Like, mahirap i-convert. Hindi lang siya parang, test lang ako, tapos, licensed pilot na ako. It didn't work that way with me right now. It's really, adapting to the culture of Australians here, adapting to how they are trained, adapting to the rules, yung air law, kung ano man yung kailangan dito sa airspace. So it's really that, and it's a lot more complex than in the Philippines.
So, would you say na yung Australia is parang Top Gun ng aviation?
Yes. A lot of people say yes. Grabe iba yung flight test nila dito compared sa Philippines. And
paano iba?
Flight test in terms of 4-hour long eh. So meron kang ground component wherein you will be asked by the instructor for like 2-3 hours. And once you pass that, you move on to the flight component, which is you're gonna fly with an examiner and then itetest ka nila with all of your skills. So lahat ng maneuvers gagawin nyo in a 4-hour navigation flight. So kailangan mo papakita na competent ka sa lahat ng maneuvers na yun. So it's basically kind of like a half day na nagtetest ka para lang makuha mo yung lisensya mo dito sa Australia.
Magkano yung nagagastos mo to become a pilot dito sa Australia?
Dito sa Australia, depende siya kung gaano katagal yung oras and yung aeroplano na nililipad mo. Pero in an hour, average around 500 to 650 per hour. And usually in a lesson, if meron kang navigation or long flights, abutin ka mga 1,500 AUD to 2,000 AUD. Per lipad siya.
Per lipad?
Yeah, per lipad. Depende siya. So per hour mo, for example, in a flight naka 2 hours ka. So 500 times 2, 1,000 AUD na yun.
And how many times do you fly in a month?
In a month, if it's long flights, every fortnight, every 2 weeks lang talaga. So twice a month.
So about $2,000 per month?
Minsan more.
Okay.
So minsan pag may mga long nap ako na umabot ng 3 hours to 4 hours, minsan pumapalo yan mga 1,500 to 2,000 AUD.
Bakit mo gusto maging piloto dito?
I think going back sa Philippines is kaya ako gusto maging pilot. Kasi at first, when I was in college, nung immature pa ako nun, parang sabi ko, ano ba yung career na would help me to travel. Tapos malaki yung sweldo. Sabi ko, parang okay maging pilot ah. So dun siya nag-trigger muna. And then, so akala ko parang surface level lang siya. No? I just wanted to try. But when I started flying, nung unang time na nalagay ko yung kamay ko sa yoke and actually flew an instructor, sabi ko, shucks, ito yung gusto kong gawin. And iba yung feeling kapag nasa ere ka. Kasi, alam mo yun, parang may sense of calmness. Because you're on top, you're flying, you're cruising, say, 5,000, 6,000 feet. It felt so calm when you would fly, like in a plane. And as well as, additional na yung pagtingin mo around it. Like, you get to appreciate God's appreciation. You get to appreciate God's creation, which I really like. Kasi, very naturey ako na tao. So, just as simple as seeing the mountains, yung sunset. Sabi ko, shocks, you don't get to see this view every day. And gusto ko siya na gawin as a career as well.
Ano yung naramdaman mo yung first time mong nakapagpalipad ng eroplano on Australian soil?
Shocks, it felt so surreal. Kasi sabi ko, shocks, ibang-iba siya sa Pilipinas. In terms of siguro yung places na iniikutan mo or fly-on mo. But I guess it felt so nice because I never thought na I would fly in a different soil. And sobrang
Or
like parang
different airspace
different
pala.
airspace,
Yeah,
yes.
not
Sabi ko,
soil.
yes. Different airspace. Sabi ko, iba yung feeling kasi iba yung lipad ko sa Pilipinas, iba rin yung feeling ko dito sa Australia. And for me, I never saw myself flying in a different country than the Philippines.
Saan mas magandang sunset? Sa Pinas or sa Australia?
Shucks.
Ako, tumabash ka dito.
Nako po, parang isa lang naman yung sun.
Okay.
So feeling ko, isa lang naman yung sun sa Australia man o mapunta ka sa Pilipinas.
Kasi may ibang tama yung araw,
Oo.
di ba? Pag lumipag
May
nasa
iba,
ere ka.
iba yung tama eh. Kasi minsan nga, nag-fly pa nga ako like beside a rainbow. Like na-experience ko siya both Philippines and Australia. Pero I think yung sunset, it's for me the same pa rin siya. Kasi iba yung kung paano tumatama yung sun sa horizon. It's just that different air lang siya. Siguro mas malinis lang siguro sa Australia.
Dun sa mga Filipino pilots na gusto mag-migrate sa Australia and continue their passion and their work as a pilot, magkano yung kailangan nilang i-prepare para makakuha ng lisensya sa Australia?
Ang conversion kasi, it depends. So if they want to study here, agad-agad, na wala pa silang experience sa Philippines. If gusto nila pumunta sa Australia na talagang 0 hours, 0 experience, they have to be able to prepare around 170,000 AUD.
170K AUD. In pesos, that's
If tama yung conversion ko, around 7 million? 7.5.
times 42. Yeah, about 7 million pesos.
About 7 million pesos.
So, prepare 7 million.
Prepare 7
Maybe a bit more.
Yeah, maybe a bit more.
Kasi inflation.
Actually, more pa kasi yun, course pa lang yun eh.
Mhm.
Wala pa dun yung, kunyari, if nag-fail ka ng exam, kailangan mo i-retake out of pocket. Out of pocket expense mo din yung uniforms mo, yung headset mo, mahal din yung mga headset, lalo na if Bose yung gusto mong kunin. So, you need to prepare for the out of pocket for that. Pero if, for example, if you already have an experience and you want to convert here in Australia and you want to fly in an Australian airspace, then siguro prepare. It depends on your skill level. It depends on your competency. Kasi ang conversion is competency-based. So if you feel like you're ready to take the test, then go for it. But I would recommend that they do take some lessons here first bago sila magpa-test.
Ano yung biggest misconception ng mga tao about becoming a pilot dito sa Australia or sa Pilipinas?
Ang biggest conception is, coming from a RK ka or rich background. Kasi mahal magpipiloto eh. Misconception then is, they feel like it's a very luxurious job. But in reality, behind the scenes, yung red eye flights mo, plus yung talagang gapang, kumbaga, from
Ano
start
yung red
to
eye
finish.
flights?
Kapag kunyari, if nasa airline ka, tapos lilipad ka ng 2, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. So, maiba talaga yung time clock, body clock mo, kumbaga. But it's really more on yung pagod and yung difficulty behind the scenes. Kasi, ang pagiging piloto, kasi ano yan, continuous study yan eh. You have to be able to adapt to the changes sa aircraft rules, sa airspace, everything that changes, it's a constant change. And ang pagiging pilot, it's really a job, it's really a career na talagang kailangan gustuhin mo siya. Otherwise, if hindi mo siya gusto, mahihirapan ka to get there. If you want it because you look good in a uniform, or because you're gonna earn a lot of money, or because you get to travel anywhere in the world, you're not gonna make it. You have to be in a hat wherein gusto mo siya and kailangan mo siya paghirapan. Because again, ang pagiging piloto, if you want to be an airline pilot, you're gonna be carrying what? 200, 300 passengers, 300 souls. But if you don't know how to actually build that skill set, hindi mo rin maaalagaan yung mga pasahero mo, wag na lang. So it's really a serious career. It may look good because you're in a cockpit and it looks so nice when you wear it. But behind that, you have to be able to give it your all. Otherwise, you're not gonna survive in this career.
Sobrang mahal ng pagpipiloto dito sa Australia, kahit naman sa Pilipinas. But how did you make it sustainable?
To be honest, in the Philippines, yung first part ng training ko in na private pilot license, I was so grateful because yung family ko is very generous. So, ang first part ng training ko, it was shouldered by my parents and yung kuya ko. And without them, I wouldn't be here where I am right now. Of course, I started flying kasi 2018 eh. Pero, syempre, pandemic came, nawalan kami ng funds yung family ko. Mahina yung business, and I didn't have anywhere or someone to run to. So, ang nangyari is that kailangan ko mag-isip ng ways to make this work. So, at ang sabi nga nila, diba, if gusto mo, may paraan. If ayaw mo, maraming dahilan. And kailangan ko lang hanapin yung way na yun para ma-continue ko yung flying ko. So, yung latter part, 70-80% of my flying, sinelf-fund ko na siya. So I juggled 3 jobs while studying. So full-time job, Saturday, Sunday, pumupunta akong Bulacan to fly. So it was very tiring. Syempre burnt out din nakasama. Pero again, pag may gusto kasi ako, I think nandun akong tao, if may gusto ako, hahabulin ko siya kahit gaano katagal, kahit gaano kahirap. Kung ano mang resource na kailangan kong gawin, kailangan magawan ko siya ng paraan.
Ilang CVs yung pinadala mo dito sa Australia to get your first job?
Ay, nako, grabe. Nakalagay yun sa notes app ko sa cellphone. Sabi ko sa husband ko, kailangan ko isulat yung mga sinabmitan ko. Kasi this would give me parang a way to say, okay, ito yung mga sinabmit ko. And if kaya pa, kaya pa. Pero all in all, nung binilang ko, 100 CVs.
100 CVs.
100 CVs. And
ano yung first job?
First job ko, actually very blessed ako. Yung first job ko dito was a business development associate in a financial company. Actually, hindi pala financial, sorry. In a research company na supporting financial providers. So I was very blessed kasi I get to get down sa Circular Quay, yung get to see yung Harbour Bridge, yung Opera House. Pero before that, I was willing to work like any job para lang makakuha ng trabaho.
Sabi mo, inabot ka ng 6 months before ka nakakuha ng trabaho dito.
Yes.
How did you survive the depression, the loneliness? Kasi active ng buhay mo sa Pinas, di ba?
Yes.
Piloto ka. Pagdating dito, 6 months, you're like, tenga,
Yes.
walang ginagawa.
Grabe, nahirap ako. Adjustment phase talaga yun kasi nung lumipat kami ng husband ko dito, talaga wala kaming kilala eh. So talagang kaming dalawa lang talaga nagtutulungan. And alam ko pagdating ko dito, yung husband ko, yung maging sole provider namin. Sanabi ko, lagi ko nire-remind sarili ko na, okay, Christine, temporary lang ito. So it means na kailangan ko lang i-enjoy yung season of waiting. So actually na-enjoyed ko yung pagiging housewife. Na parang doon ko binuild yung sarili ko pag nagtatrabaho yung asawa ko. Magluluto ako, papadala ko siya ng baon. So sobrang na-enjoy ko yung part na yun. Pero at the same time, nandun na rin ako sa chapter ko na yun na parang, shocks, I just want to have my own income. Gusto ko rin i-support yung asawa ko. I want to be able to help in the house. Feeling ko parang kulang yung support na nabibigay ko sa Australia. But my husband would always remind me na for as long as you're doing your best, that's already enough for me. And I think that gave me somehow that faith as well kay God na hindi tayo pababayaan. And again, my sister would always remind me, alam mo, Tin, submit ka lang ng submit because if there's one thing for you, if there's something that is meant for you, it's not gonna miss you. So lagi siyang nasa utak ko na I just need to do what I need to do. Submit lang ng submit and merong isa dyan na mag-yes sa akin. And true enough, after waiting, na-interview ako after, naka 5 interviews ako dun sa company kayo, nag-yes sila and I was able to land my first job in Australia.
Why do you think it's important na dapat yung babae kumikita din in a relationship? Kasi okay naman, nasusupport ka naman ng asawa mo. But what motivated you to earn your own money?
I guess it would be subjective on my end because kasi may mga ibang women out there just, they're okay. Like, okay na sila na yung husband nila or yung husband nila sinasabi na you don't have to work, ako na lang. And they're okay with it. I guess on my end, I wanna have, kasi iba yung kapag meron kang sarili mo. Iba if meron kang sarili mong savings. I guess for me, as a strong and independent woman, yes, na gusto ko lang, I wanna have my own para at least if may gusto kong bilhin, hindi ako yung palaging tumitingin over a joint account na parang or lagi nagpapaalam, oy, can I buy this? Can I buy that? And as well as, I guess, it's also because I wanna be able to give what I can to my husband. Parang gusto ko sabihin sa kanya, uy, libre kita today. And I wanted to come from my own effort, from my own time, from how I invested to it.
Paano nakatulong yung faith and yung paniniwala niyo sa Diyos to survive your life here in Australia? And your marriage as well?
Yung mom ng husband ko, which is our mom now, she would always say na if it's God's will, then it's God's bill. And that really struck me the most. Because again, hindi kami ipapadala ni Lord from Philippines to Australia para lang pabayaan kami. Dinala kami ni Migs from Philippines to Australia kasi meron siyang plano sa amin. And hindi man lang clear kung how are we gonna, pool our money financially, whatever. But if we look at it 3 years back when we first started here, hindi naman kami nagutom. Meron pa rin naman kaming bahay. Simple things like that, na may kinakain kami sa table, na nakakapunta kami sa cities, okay yung health namin. Hindi kami pinabayaan ni Lord eh. And I guess that really also strengthened our faith in God. Kasi we would always pray and ask for provision. But even though the provision is not financially, the provision of the things that sometimes people overlook, yung health mo, kumbaga yung emotional health mo dito, physical health, it's all going well. So I guess it's all really about, kumbaga, looking at the picture and being grateful with what you currently have.
I love what you said na if it's God's will, it's God's bill. Kumbaga, tinanong kayo ni Lord, gusto niyo bang mag-Australia? And then sabi mo, or maybe sinabi niyo, yes, pero wala kaming pera. And then God replied, I'm not asking if you have money, I'm asking if you want to.
Yes.
And then you said yes.
Yes.
And then He funded it.
Yes, correct.
Lalo niyo napakamahal mong passion na. Ba't naman kasi yan napili mong ano? Ang dami pwede namang
Oo nga, hindi ko na alam eh.
seaman.
Yeah.
Hindi mo kailangan ng...
True.
Mas mura yun, di ba? Mga seaman. Mahal kasi ng gas.
Mahal, oo.
Ang
Lalo na
aeroplano.
yung fuel ngayon, grabe.
Nagtaas ba yung presyo ng tuition fee mo?
Magtataas, inaayos pa lang nila, pero alam ko magtataas kasi fuel din yun yung sa Avgas eh.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
tataas din talaga siya.
Do you have any regrets migrating to Australia with your husband?
Straight answer, no. We would always have this conversation eh. Pag mga late night, do you regret parang going to Australia? And ang straight answer namin is no. We knew na our biggest trade-off would be missing our family back home. But when we think about it, ang pamilya ko na kasi ngayon is yung husband ko eh. Kumbaga siya na yung priority ko ngayon. And ang priority namin is to be able to provide this kind of life that we have now to our future children. So in terms of any regrets, there's no regrets. I think it's just really just being able to have, kasi si Migs, safe space. We are each other's safe space. And sinasabi ko sa kanya, Migs, Philippines man or Australia, kahit man saan tayo pinadala ni Lord, it's really having that one constant person who's gonna journey with you and navigate through life. So no regrets. Yes, there are a lot of challenges, but I guess with faith that we have, having each other, support from our families back home, we are actually going good right now.
Mas okay ba talaga yung buhay niyo dito sa Australia or mas mataas lang yung sahod pero mas mabigat pa din yung responsibilities and yung task and yung emotional baggage?
I guess ano siya kasi when we moved here sa Australia, it's really about independency na. So in terms of responsibilities, yes, mas mataas na siya. Kasi parang wala kaming mommy, daddy. Parang, alas lang kami, ikaw muna, or mommy, paluto. Wala na kaming ganun na dito eh. So dito sa Australia, we really depend on each other. So it's really more responsibilities because you're in a different country. You have bills to pay. You don't have anyone here except yung husband ko nga. So more responsibilities in a way na you have to make it work with whatever we have right now. Yes, mas mataas yung sahod. And again, parang you're also paying AUD. Ang pinaka-biggest emotional baggage right now lang talaga is our family. But in terms of responsibilities, it would be here living in Australia and trying to make things work here in Australia.
Magkano yung potential na pwedeng kitain ng mga pilot dito sa Australia?
If it's, siguro if flight instructor ka, when you usually start, you will start around siguro 50. Depende sa grade or sa level ng instructor mo. Around 50 to 70,000 AUD per year, flight instructing. But when you become an airline, it also depends on the airline. I'm not too sure with the bulk figure, pero alam ko, pumapalo sila ng mga around, I think, six digits siya in a year. Yeah.
Yun yung mga commercial pilots.
Yeah, commercial pilot. Depende siya kasi may mga pilots na regional lang, may mga pilots na international. So, depende kung anong airline ka, depende kung ano yung tina-travel mo, and depende rin on the type of plane that you're flying. Kasi mayroong mga smaller plane, mayroong mga Airbus, Boeing na bigger plane.
Yung income ba ng pilots, saan siya naka-base? Is it, syempre yung skills and yung experience, is it sa duration ng flight? Paano nila nag-i-increase yung salary ng pilots?
It's more on the number of years plus yung certifications mo. Kasi in a pilot, parang aside from being an airline transport pilot, pwede ka rin magkaroon ng other certification eh. Like for example, you can get instrument rated. You can also get, pwede ka rin magkaroon ng examiner rating. Ano siya, actually yung aviation is malaki eh. So depende siya sa certifications na meron ka and depende rin siya sa role mo. Like for example, if you start from second officer and then you move to first officer and captain, of course the captain would get the higher paying salary.
So na-delay yung pangarap mo, di ba?
Sobra.
Ilang years?
8
Yung
years.
pagpipiloto. Yung pangarap mo na pagpipiloto, delayed for 8 years. Anong tinuro sa'yo nun?
Ito na ba yung time na iyak ako? Charot. Grabe. So, 8 years. 8 long years wherein usually in Philippines, you can finish flying in what? 1.5 to 2 years. And minsan, diretso ka na sa airline. So, on the 3rd or 4th year, pwede ka na maging first officer in a big airline. 8 years, it's really yung grit and yung passion. It really taught me more about my character as a person. I had to find ways to be resourceful. So like what I mentioned earlier, juggling 3 jobs and working full-time at the same time studying. Sobrang burnt out din ako nun. It's a mix of burnt out and a mix of fulfillment. Kasi alam mo parang every effort mo sa trabaho, alam mo na yun yung pangbabayad mo sa flying. So ang mindset ko nun, every time dilipad ako, kailangan sulitin ko to. Kasi kumbaga, parang you're living off, hindi naman you're living off, pero kumbaga, yung paycheck mo, yun na yung parang i-invest mo sa flying. But if there's one lesson that taught me from my 8 years, it's really that if ayaw pa ni Lord, if it's not yet God's timing, then it's not yet. I heard this from one of the podcasters or TikTokers na the right blessing at the wrong time will make you is not parang the best that you can get right now. So the right let me rephrase that. The right blessing at the wrong time will not make things any better. But the right blessing at the right time, that's when you really flourish. And I guess it's really more on planting that seeds, planting that growth. And ang lagi ko sinasabi sa family ko na this is the dream that God placed in my heart. And if it's God's dream that placed in your heart, He's gonna make it happen. It's just a matter of, do you trust me in this waiting season? Because if you trust me, I'm still busy writing your story. And baka kasi yung story na binibigay niya sa akin, maybe it will help bless other people. I don't know. Maybe it's a story that we can use to other people. But it's really more on, I'm not checking your bank account. Parang, I'm checking your faith in me. And if you know na binigay ko to sa'yo, hintayin mo lang ako kasi alam ko na dadating ka din doon. It's just that may mga tinuturo pa ako sa'yo ngayon na be patient, have more faith, and I'll give that to you when it's the right time. So yes, it's really, may mga times and a lot of questionings, like dumating ako sa point na, Lord, if ito yung career na ayaw mo sa akin, tanggalin mo na sa akin. Ayoko na. Kahit gumastos ako ganitong kalaking pera, if this is not the career that you want for me, so be it. Because paano ako magsasucceed in a career na hindi galing kay God, di ba? Parang mas gustuin ko na lang pumunta in another career if that is what God wanted me to do. But every time na tinatry ko siyang tanungin, He always gives me resources and reasons to actually pursue this. Hindi man lang siya na straight na from point A to point B, sige, andun yung pangarap mo. But He always gives me reasons to pursue it. As simple as He gives me people who help me with flying. He gives me the resources. Nandiyan na. Meron akong mga, kasi where I work now, may mga benefits ako as an employee. I get to use the Sims for free. I get to use the facilities for free. And I guess that's already enough. Hindi man lang siya in terms of monetary. But when you see it in the bigger picture, He always gives me that resources that helps me to pursue this passion even more.
Kung same yung kinikita mo sa Australia at sa Pilipinas as a pilot, which is about 150k AUD, it's about 6.5 million pesos, would you go back to the Philippines?
No. Number one, I really like the training here in Australia. Yes, sobrang challenging niya, but it helps me to become the better version of me as a pilot, which I really like. Two, I wouldn't trade off like the life that we have here in Australia right now, simply because of the lifestyle here. Again, it's the healthcare system, transportation, healthcare benefit, yung talagang yung Medicare, being able to have that and not having to think about yung magagalaw mo yung emergency fund mo in case something happens. So it's really more on the work-life balance na nakukuha mo dito sa Australia versus sa Philippines din.
Kung papapiliin ka ni Lord, yung dream life mo as a pilot sa Pilipinas or to have a future family sa Australia, ano yung pipiliin mo?
Oh, hirap naman yan. So, dream life sa Philippines.
You have to choose between being a pilot or being or Australia.
Being a pilot in the Philippines or having yung life in Australia.
Like, you can only have one.
It's a really difficult question, but if I were to choose between the one, of course, it would have yung family here sa Australia. Because number one, at the end of the day, I always remind myself, at the end of the day, behind this uniform, behind this gold bar, whatever that I'm wearing, at the end of the day, what matters is the person in that uniform. Ang identity, I always remind myself, ang identity ko, it's not based on my career. It's not based on really my achievement, but it's based on who I am as a person, yung character ko. And I had always believed growing up, one of my greatest blessings and treasures talaga is family. And I wouldn't trade my family for a career. Like, if pipiliin ako, I'm already happy, like, with my husband right now, with the support that I'm getting from my family. So it's really family because ang career, ano lang yan eh. Parang, it's there for a reason, for your skills. So God can use you, can use your talent so you can bless other people. But the family, that is something that is irreplaceable.
Yeah.
Something that you would always have from the moment na pinanganak ka ng mom mo hanggang sa on your last breath. So it's really family, having that support. And that time that you spend with your family, yung mga experiences nyo together, yung iyak nyo, yung laughs nyo, yun ang what's important for me.
Yeah, I saw this somewhere on Instagram. It's a video. Sabi niya, God doesn't care about your career, about your passion. He's looking at the posture of your heart. So you could be
Correct.
doing your dream life as a pilot, as
Yeah.
a businessman, photographer. But if you're not doing it with God,
Yes,
He's not going to be there
correct.
with you.
You'll
So
just feel empty at the end of the day.
who you become
Yeah.
matters than what you become
Yeah.
in your career.
Yeah.
My last question for you, my signature question.
Signature.
If I'm gonna give you 40 million pesos to move back to the Philippines, you have everything, your family, piloto ka pa din, you're flying commercial flights, and you're making good money. Will you take 40 million or will you stay in Australia?
Pwede bang 20 million sa Australia, tapos 20 million sa Pilipinas? As a whole. As a whole. 40 million, Australia pa rin talaga. As of now, in this season of my life, if I'm given 40 million, it's really to stay here in Australia. And again, 40 million, mabilis lang yan eh. Ano lang yan eh. Parang, kumbaga, malaki siyang amount, but when you look at it in the long run, it's not gonna be sustainable. You have to be able to have that income pa rin, like flowing. And it's really because on the bigger picture, if you step back, yung 40 million na yon, it's not gonna change parang how we are living here in Australia. Because again, in Australia, one of the reasons naman talaga na kami ni Mix is lumipat dito, it's really because of its whole ecosystem. The healthcare here, how you're being taken care of. Like, I would always tell my husband, sinasabi ko, Bebu, pag nagka-pandemic tayo sa Pilipinas, nako, paano na tayo niyan? Like, paano tayo magsusurvive? Parang, gusto ko na lang sana na parang a country that can help us support kahit na feeling mo wala ka. And it's a different feeling when you know that you live in a place wherein you can be fully supported.
In 60 seconds, what's your number one warning advice para sa mga Pilipino na gusto rin maging piloto sa Australia?
If you really want to become a pilot here in Australia, you have to be able to give it your all. Be prepared mentally because, again, iba yung training nila dito sa Australia. Prepare mentally because there's going to be a lot of times that you're going to break down, a lot of times that you want to give up. So prepare mentally on that. Second, prepare financially as well. Because here in Australia, compared sa Philippines, it's 2 to 3 times ng amount sa Pilipinas. So if you want to study here, prepare as much financially so that when you get here, in business, you're just gonna focus on studying versus na nagpo-focus ka sa mga utang mo or sa debt no na kailangan mong bayaran. And number 3, again, if you want to be a pilot here in Australia, I guess for me, i-enjoy mo lang yung journey mo. Kasi a lot of people, and even myself, I would be guilty, a lot of people are so focused in this career that they forget to have fun behind the cockpit. So when you're flying and if you ever get here and you're flying already in Australia, yes, focus on your journey, but at the same time, enjoy the view, enjoy the glide, enjoy the time here in Australia. Kasi aside from ginto yung flying, you have to be able to still remind yourself of your why.